Welcome to Hive Fabric First Boot Wizard. You have made it through the installation and are now ready to set your basic configuration. Let's get started. When navigating the First Boot Wizard, use the keyboard Tab and arrow keys to move forward and back through the menus. Use the spacebar to select items and the Enter key to trigger an action, like Next or Save. Begin by accepting the Hive IO end-user licensing agreement. Next, enter a name for the Hive Fabric host. Alphanumeric characters and hyphens are permitted. Provide a secure password used for the administrative user interface, as well as SSH access to the Hive Fabric host. Select the network interface for the Hive Fabric production network, where you will manage the cluster or host through a web page. Take care to note if the NIC connected status is yes. If you want to bond multiple NICs together, please reference our documentation on Hive Fabric, configuring a network bond using the Hive Fabric console. Deselect the option for DHCP, as best practice is to have a static IP address assigned to your Hive Fabric host. If a VLAN assignment is needed, select the option for Enable VLAN and enter the VLAN tag. Otherwise, leave the VLAN unselected and proceed through the remainder of the production network configuration. Enter the IP address, subnet mask in dotted decimal format, and default gateway. Add a DNS server IP address. If multiple are desired, then you will separate each with a space. Enter the DNS search path. This is used for .local domain names primarily. Select Next. To create the optional storage network, select Yes. Select the NIC to be used for the storage network connection. Ensure that the connected status shows Yes. Enter the IP address, making sure this is on a separate subnet from the production network. Enter the subnet mask in dotted decimal format and a VLAN ID if needed. Leave the default value of 0 for the VLAN ID if none is required. Select Next to complete the First Boot Wizard. Once the settings from the First Boot Wizard are saved, you may log back in to perform basic administrative tasks or more advanced networking configurations. Otherwise, you have completed the initial configuration and may access the administrative user interface using a web browser to connect to the IP address assigned to the production network, followed by :8443.